live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website at simhayoga.com for the streaming schedule as well as for my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. My preferred way of payment is through Venmo, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096 if you're prompted for it. Classes are $10, and if you're having a difficult time right now, we can work with 5. Please share and let people know through word of mouth, and if you come across my postings on Instagram or on Facebook, please share and continue to let people know classes are happening. I appreciate any help I can get. Today's class is Open Flow. It is level 1 and level 2. For those of you who are new to my practice, welcome. And if you're working with any kind of special conditions or injuries, please be mindful that always you need to always check in. Make sure that any posture that we're taking is appropriate for your body. And if you're feeling a little bit of discomfort, please modify and pull back a little bit. You don't need to take every variation that I offer. If you know some modifications that you can do, please take those modifications instead. I will demonstrate throughout the entire practice and give you a lot of verbal cues and give you a lot of options. So make sure you pick and choose the right ones that are appropriate for your condition today. Today I am thinking about working with backbending and mild backbending as well as some deeper back stretches. So if you have a blanket or a towel, please grab it and have them available. Even better is if you have some blocks. They will act as cushioning or some prop for you to kind of create a back bend or some sort of structure so that you can get better extension, better expansion out of the pose. So for those of you with tighter hips, please elevate and sit up on a block or sit up on a blanket. This elevation should make your lower back or hips a little bit more, make the seated position a little bit more accessible for your lower back and for your hips. All right, sitting up tall, palms face up. With your eyes closed, lips gently touching, start to regulate your breath by breathing only through your nose. And start to let your inhales even out with your exhales. Smoothing out the breath and quieting the mind. Three holds together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer, offer of the heart. Pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs. Lifting the heart up toward the sky. Setting your intention for yoga practice. Devoting the practice to someone or something, but to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification. Purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call a response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrava, Pavitrava, Sarvavushtan, Sarvavushtan, Gatopiva, Gatopiva, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sabahya, Sabahya, Bihyangraha, Bihyangraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Starting to open the eyes, palms face up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. And then draw the chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then the chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center, drop left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction. Ear to one side, roll back, opposite side, roll the center. A few more rounds at your own pace. And take the chin back to center and pause. Opposite direction. And then back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor and neutral spine. Coming off your blocks and extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hand support to either side and turn your toes toward each other. And roll out. Draw in. Roll out. Draw in. Outer rotation circling. Take it back to center, switch them around. And back to center again. Cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Raise the arms up high, extend, twist to the right on the exhale. Back to center, arms up. Exhale, other side. Center again. Side bends. Right hand down, left arm overhead. Back center, other side. Back to center again. Legs forward, forward fold. Take it back up. Swing the legs back behind you, hands and knees. Separating the hands, cross shoulders width, middle fingers or index fingers point straight forward. It is your fingers, finger knuckles and the pads of the hands that press strongly to the floor. And even though you press your wrists to the floor, be light on your wrists. Knees by hips width, tuck your toes under. On the inhale, draw the navel down. Raise your tail, raise the back of the head. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Cat-cows. Inhale, arch is your cow pose. Exhale, round is your cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral spine. Untuck the toes. Walk your hands back. Take your inner thighs together as close as you can. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward, round the spine. Inhale, lift the heart center up, gaze up, and arms up. Exhale, round the spine, press your palms forward. Inhale, lift up, one more time. Exhale, round. Inhale up. Releasing hands, side bend to the right, right hand to the floor, left arm overhead. Take it back up, exhale, other side. Take it back to center, wrap the hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Shoulders to broaden and draw back, reach your knuckles back, lift the gaze up. Release, reach your arms up, right arm underneath the left, eagle arms. Lining up your elbows, right? And then the tops of the hands are reach toward each other. And then if you can double wrap, double wrap. Lift the elbows up, gaze up. Exhale, round just mid and upper back, elbows toward the ribs, fingertips point forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Come back to neutral position. Twist to the right, press your right arm up against your left. You should get a nice active stretch through your left shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist your left. Press with your left arm. Stretches to your right shoulder. Back to center again, release. Wrap the hands back behind you. Take the other thumb on top. Broaden your shoulders again. Lift up, reach your knuckles back. Gaze gently upwards. Come back to neutral. Release your arms up. This time, it's your left arm underneath. Draw the elbows to line up. Press the tops of the hands together. And then if you can double wrap, take the double wrap. Inhale, lift the elbows up, gaze upwards. Exhale, ground to mid and upper back, elbows toward the ribs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Twist to your left, right shoulder stretch. Back to center, twist to the right, left shoulder stretch. Back to center, release your arms, reach your arms out and up, and then take your hands forward, tuck the toes under, down dog. Start to pedal out the legs, walking out side to side. The next time, you go over to the right leg, press your right heel down, keep your left knee bent, press strongly into your hands and reach your right heel toward the floor, reach your seat up toward the sky, and let the head release. Keep the activity of the right leg, pick up your left, step the left foot to the outside of the right. So you're maybe pressing the left toes to the right corner of the mat, and then press your left heel back this time. And press your weight even further back. Start your release, step the left foot back, pedal out the legs again. And the next time you go into your left heel, press your left heel down, keep the right knee bent, and then press your weight back toward the seat, and then press your left heel toward the floor. So you're getting a nice left calf stretch. And right toe stretch, right? Because you're really tucking into your toes right now, the right toes. Now pick up the right foot, step into the outside of the left leg, and then press your right heel back this time. And press your heart center even further back. So lots of resistance through your hands. And release in action, step it back to down dog, walk it out side to side. Alright, come back to stillness, inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. On the exhale, draw the right knee toward the nose, shoulders over your wrists, high up on your left tiptoes, round your spine. Inhale, kick it up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. Stacking the hips, right knee's reaching up, left heel's reaching down. Extend the right leg back up, square off, and step the right foot forward, back heel down, warrior one. Hands together in prayer, interlace and press your palms forward. Inhale here, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Take it back to center, arms up and reach back. Take it back to vertical line, releasing hands, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Arms are parallel, reaching opposite directions. Let's check your alignment. Right knee is directly over the right heel, and the inside of the foot is parallel to the side of the mat. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. You can support the left hand to the left leg. Exhale, side angle. If you have the range, touch your right hand directly to the floor. If that is a little bit difficult to reach, take the right arm to top the right leg and support here. And then everyone, left arm up toward the sky. Now for those of you that have the arm to the leg, right? Try not to let your right ribs sink, but instead lift the ribs away from your thighs. So there's a lot of activity through the right ribs as well. If you're touching your right hand to the floor, press your right fingertips down, reach your left fingertips up. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank, and lower all the way down to the floor. Take the hands alongside the rib cage. On the inhale, lift up, baby cobra. So your ribs and your belly on the floor. Elbows drawn back, engage your upper back, and broaden your chest. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little higher, and this time your ribs and your belly away from the floor, and slightly deepening your back bend. Exhale, take it almost all the way down, so you're still hovering. Inhale, lift up as high as you can. Fullest extension of your arms, full extension or slight bending is fine. Exhale, take it all the way down. Draw back to child's pose. Seat toward the heels and fold forward. Walk your hands back in, sitting on your shins. Right hand to the floor, left elbow bent, left fingertips are soft. And we'll twist to the right 5 times. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back. Exhale, twist. Inhale back. Exhale, twist. Inhale back. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting. Extend the left arm. Press your right fingertips strongly to the floor for resistance. And then twist even deeper with the left fingertips strongly extended and reaching. Take it back to center. Left hand down. Right elbow is soft. Fingertips are soft. Inhale. Draw the right elbow back. Exhale. Twist left. Inhale. Draw the right elbow back. Exhale. Twist. Inhale. Right elbow back. Exhale. Twist. Inhale, draw the right elbow back, exhale, twist, last one. Inhale back, exhale, twist. Stay here. Resist with your left fingertips pressing down. Extend the right arm out, reach for your right fingertips, and twist deeper. And release, take it back to center. Walk your hands back forward, down and up. Pedal out the legs. Alright, come back to stillness and down dog. Inhale, raise your left heel up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee in toward the nose, rounding of the spine. Your shoulders stack over your wrists, on your right tiptoes, and rounding of the back, leaning toward the nose. Kick the left heel up, open up the hips, bend the left knee as you stack. Left knee is reaching up, right heel is reaching down. Press strongly into your hands. Raise your left and back up, square off the hips. Step the left foot forward, warrior 1. Hands together in prayer, interlace with the other thumb on top and press forward. Inhale here. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Back to center, and then reach your arms up and back. Gently looking up as well. Take it back up to vertical, release for warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Arms are parallel. Check your alignment, left knee over the heel. Inside the foot, parallel to the side of the mat. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Exhale, side angle. So if you're able to, left hand directly to the floor. If you're not, elbow to top of the leg. Lift the left ribs away from the thighs and reach your right arm up. If you have the left fingertips pressing down, strongly press your left fingertips and grounding as you reach your right fingertips up. Inhale, take back up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Again, hands alongside the rib cage, elbows drawn back. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Ribs and belly to the floor. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little higher. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up to your fullest extension for the back bend. And take it all the way down. Child's pose. Draw the seat toward the heels as you fold forward. And take it back up to the down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Right knee in toward the nose, around the spine. Kick it up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. Extend the right foot back up, step the right foot forward, warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, lift up, gaze upwards. Exhale, bow forward, devotional warrior. All the way back up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle. Right hand can go to top of the shin or sliding it down a little bit. And if you have the full extension, right hand to the floor, left arm up. Inhale, all the way back up, reverse triangle. Bending the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Lower all the way down to the floor. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Lift up, reach your knuckles back. Broaden your shoulders, reach your toes and your thighs off the floor. And start to release, hands alongside the rib cage, tuck the toes, press up into a plank, and then down dog. Inhale, left heel up, left knee in toward the nose. Kick it up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Extend the left back up, step it forward. Warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, take the other thumb on top. Gaze upwards, ecstatic warrior, reach your knuckles back. Bow forward, devotional warrior. Inhale, all the way back up, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Lengthen out the left leg, triangle, tip the right hip back, reach the left hand forward. The left hand to top of the shin and support, or you can slide down a little bit. Or finally, if you have the full expression of the pose, left hand to the floor, right arm up. Triangle. Inhale, all the way back up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, lower all the way down to the belly. Again, wrap the hands back behind you. This time, take the other thumb on top. Lift the upper back, broaden your shoulders, lift the wrist, your fist. Lift your thighs, lift your feet off the floor, and reach back. Shalabhasana, locust variation. And release. Hands alongside the rib cage. Tuck the toes. Press back up into a plank. And then down dog. Inhale. Right heel up to sky. Three-legged dog. Step the right foot forward. Left knee comes down. Crescent moon. untucking the back toes. Now, if you need a little bit of extra support for your left knee, you can take your blanket or your towel to get some cushioning. If you don't need it, directly on the mat is fine. Walk your hands to cup the thighs and lunge your hips forward. Let's stay here with your hands supporting. Let's get into the hips, into the quads. Then press your hands into your thighs. Think your belly working away from the thighs. Lean upper torso back, gaze upwards, and let's stay here. Release action of your back bend. Take the hands to the floor, to the inside of the right foot. Turn the right toes out at an angle. Walk your left hand a little bit wider. Raise your right arm up and back. Half bind, twist. Draw the right shoulder back. Lean the hips straight forward. Taking it deeper. Bend your left knee, grab the inside of the foot with the right hand and kick it back. Release the bind, reach your right arm over the right ear, right side stretch. And then threading the needle, right arm threads underneath the left. So first press your top of the hand to the floor. Use a little bit of that resistance. Keep gliding your right hand to your left side and start to bend your left elbow. Keep reaching to your left, bend your left elbow. So keep working progressively in that position until maybe your right shoulder, right cheek toward the floor. Or maybe not, maybe you're hovering in space. That is fine too. Release, walk it back up, then take the torso over toward the left side. Left forearm comes down, reach your right fingertips out, and the more you reach your right fingertips out, the more you resist with your left forearm. So try not to collapse, but instead lift on the left side, but reach to your right. As you reach to your right fingertips to your left side, also think about the outer edge of your shoulder blade tipping down toward the floor. So when you tip down toward the floor, that gives you so much intensity into the outer right shoulder, outer right side stretch of the torso. And start to walk it back in. Turn the left heel in, turn the right toes forward, standing up on the left knee. Draw the right heel in, step the right foot, right hand to inside the right foot, left arm up and behind you for the half bind. If you are ready for the full bind, dip the right shoulder, thread the right arm underneath to grab the other hand, lift up, lean back. Start to release. Keep your left foot as is. Left hand to the heel, right arm up. Take it back up. Right hand to the left heel, left arm back. Take it back up and rotate back to center. Frame your right foot with your hands. Rotate your left heel back, tap the toes, and lengthen over the right leg. Bend the right knee again, ground the palms. Step the right foot back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Stay in up dog. You're on your pointed toe position, thighs off the floor. Lean the upper torso back, and let's go into the back bend. And release, down dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up, three-legged dog. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick it up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Extend the left back up, step forward, crescent moon, right knee comes down, and again, with your blanket, take it to the right knee for padding if you need, otherwise, directly to the floor, walk your hands top the thighs, and lunge your hips forward. So getting into your right quads and right hip. Then press your hands into your thighs. Think about your belly working away from the thighs, and then that helps you to lean the upper torso back and just gently looking up, beginning your back bend here. Release the action. Walk your hands to the inside of the left foot, turn your left toes out at an angle, left thigh also turns out at the same angle. Walk your right hand a little bit wider. Lean the hips straight forward, then rotate the left arm up and behind you, half bind, left shoulder stack. So hips are moving straight forward as you stack your shoulders. Then, if you're going further, bend your right knee, reach back with the left hand, grab the foot. Start to release your right foot. Reach your left arm over left ear, left side stretch. Then take the left arm back up. Start to thread the needle. Thread the left arm underneath your right. So you want to take the top of the left hand to the floor. And then as you slide the left hand to the right side, keep using that resistance and start to bend your right elbow. Slide further, bend your right elbow. Keep working progressively there, and eventually maybe your left shoulder, maybe your left cheek touching down toward the floor. You may not be there today, that is fine. Press into your right hand, take it back up, walk your torso and your arms over to the right side. Take the right forearm down to the floor, so you're angling over to the right side, and then extend the left arm forward. Now, you're not collapsing on the right shoulder. You're resisting to press the right forearm down to lift the right shoulder. Keep the right shoulder lifted. It is your left hand reaching forward and tractioning outwards, and then looking for the intensity by thinking about your outer left shoulder blade reaching toward the floor. So sink into the left side and resist with the right. And that'll give you a lot of intensity into the outer left shoulder joint, outer left side of the torso. Begin to walk your left hand back in, walk your right hand back in. Turn the right heel back, turn the left toes forward, standing on the right knee. Keep the left knee bent. Left hand to the inside of the left foot, right arm up, half bind, right hand behind you. If you're going further, dip the left shoulder underneath, thread the left arm underneath, catch the other hand behind you. Then lift up, lean back, and stop. Release. Take it back up. Right hand to the right heel, left arm up and back. Take it back up, switch hands. Left hand and right heel, right arm up and back.
Take it back up to center. Square off over your left leg, frame your left foot, rotate your right heel back, and then lengthen into your left hamstrings. Folding forward. And bend the front knee, hands to the floor, step the left back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. Walk your feet forward toward your hands and take the seat down. All right, let's take your blanket. And fold it so that you have a roll. Let's see. Of course, it all depends on how thick is your blanket or your towel, right? And how much density you have, because we're going to lay on this bolster, right? Really, you've created a bolster. And depending on the density, you may get flatter if you have less density, or stay a little higher and thicker if you have more density. So we'll play with that, okay? So we're looking for a back bend here. So we're going to take this and put it here. And then you'll be sitting right in front of your bolster, and we're taking a lumbar back bend. So hands to the side, right? So really use your hands to help you support. As you slide the hands out, you'll start to make contact with your lower back to the bolster. And then start to release your mid and upper back to the floor. So, depending on how thick or how dense, you might be a little higher, might be a little lower. Also, depending on your own back bend, right? If this is too much, come out of it. Adjust it, right? So how do you adjust it? You can also always make it a little thicker this way, right? Or you can open it up and go this way. So now I've doubled it instead of tripled it, right? Because when I did it here, I tripled it. This way, I'm doubling it. So if that's the case, works the same way. Reset, right? If you're already down, stay there. So now I am doubling my blanket, and it's not nearly as severe, right? So it's a little bit more restorative, but there is a very gentle back bending here. So I'm just going to stay here and let the back bend happen. So I'm going to go back higher a little bit. Right? So what is happening is you are passively allowing the back bend to happen as you just release onto that obstruction to your lower back, you prop to your lower back. Now make sure that your seat and your tailbone is feeling heavy and pointing downwards. And let the legs and the thighs just get heavy and release you toward the floor. It might take a few breaths for you to eventually get there, but you're looking for a back bend. Right, your feet are separated. If you want to separate your feet wider, that might actually give you a little bit better balance and support. You can also turn your toes out and let the feet relax and your legs relax. Arms are alongside. They don't have to be in a T position. Slightly angled down is fine as well. Now continue to work here. For those of you who feel, the blanket I'm using is not quite enough, and you have the benefit of a block, you can do the same thing here. Now I just want to caution you, right? For those of us who sometimes make a mistake, or maybe when we were first taking the practice, right? And we were taking the bridge pose with the block to the sacrum. And sometimes we miss the sacrum and we take it to the lower back, and we always get corrected, right? So that is kind of, right,
what we're looking for now. We want the block to the lower back. But the difference is, when you took that bridge with the block incorrectly to your lower back, your seat is elevated, it's dangling in space. That is dangerous. We do not want that. What we do want is the seat completely flat. So just like we did with the blanket, we had the blanket slightly behind us, and then the seat is down first, okay? So if you have a deeper back bend and you want more intensity and you have a block, sit down, have the block slightly behind you, and same setup, hands to either side, and then slowly recline onto your block so that the upper back or the back of the head makes its way to the floor. Right? So this is much more intense because the thickness and the density of the block does not allow the block to flatten much, right? And so that means you're way more elevated. When you're way more elevated, it is going to be a lot more intense. Also, depending on the length of your torso and how much back bending abilities you have, your upper back may or may not touch down to the floor. So for me, my upper back is not touching down, the back of the head is touching down. So for me, this is very intense. Now for those of you who have it, fantastic, keep working with that. I'm going to go back to my thickness of the blanket that is triple. Right? So it all depends on how much back bending you have, how much extension you have, and on your props. 2 more breaths. Now, to come safely out of the pose, you have 2 choices. For those of you who are very vulnerable in your back, then I recommend for you to bend your knees, step the feet to the floor, and roll to one side. Use your hands to press up. Right? So that's a lot easier. However, for those of you who know when you have a very strong back and very flexible back, then take your hands to either side of you. Press your hands down to the floor. Lift the upper back and slide the hands in as you take the torso up. Right? So 2 very different ways of coming up. When you use your hands to either side and press your hands down and come up by lifting, that is a lot more demanding on your lower back. That's a lot more demanding on your core. So if you have any kind of existing lower back issues or potential ones, right? Or if you know that you're pretty weak, better to bend your knees and roll over to the side. Okay? So let's make your way back up. This time, I'm going to take that bolster and move it a little higher. So this time, it's going to hit you not in the lower back, but in the mid and toward the lower upper back. Right? So it's the higher mid back and the lower upper back. Okay? So that's roughly the bottom of your shoulder blades. Okay? So you might take a little bit of measurement. Again, take the hands to either side, slide the hands out, feel for the tip of the shoulder blades or below the shoulder blades a little bit to hit the block or your blanket, and then slowly release down. Now, if your neck is rather weak as well, this is where you can take your hands to the back of the head, support the weight of the head, and then lower down. So, and then once you have the head down, arms out to either side, let the shoulders release. So now you're letting your sacrum, your lower back get heavy. And again, if this is too high for you, you can take the blanket and bring it double instead of triple or however, right? So just reducing the thickness of your blanket or your towel. For those of you who have more back bending abilities, here is where you can again take the block to that mid back. Again, hands to either side, and then release. Now this time it feels better for me to elevate onto a block. So I like that intensity. My My range is a little bit more suited for this prop right now, so I'm going to stay here. Now this time we're going to add on. Wherever you are to stay, you're just going to bend your knees, step the feet in, take the soles of feet together, knees apart, and then let the knees get heavy to either side. And this is your goddess pose in a reclined position. Right? So this is actually a modification of fish pose. Right? In fish pose, your heart center is lifting up. And you're arching your upper back, taking the back of the head or the crown of the head to touch down. Right? Opening of the throat, expansion of your chest, pectorals, right? Shoulders drawn back. Right? So this is your fish pose. Matsyasana. Right? You're having a goddess pose with the knees rolling out to the side and bending. 2 more deep breaths. Now, if you have your knees bent, extend the legs out and turn the toes back up. To come out of the pose, everybody, take the hands to the back of the head, elbows pointing up. Use your fingers to lift the weight of the head and start to look forward. Once you start to look forward, now you're using your upper back, your neck, and your shoulders, right? Keep the gaze looking forward. Now you can release your hands to the side. Press your hands to the floor, and then lift up the rest of the way. Remove your block. You have the block, and then taking your blanket. Let's remeasure that. You're going to take the blanket, open it up so that now you can fold it longer. So this might change the height of your blanket or your towel. That is okay. You're looking for more length. Now, if you have a towel, something that is that is not very dense, that collapses very easily, you might want to just roll it up, right? So rather than folding it, you're rolling it up into like a foam roller or something like that, okay? So, you take it long this time, right? And you're going to place it lengthwise along the length of the torso. Now, depending on the length that you end up with, right? You might have the head tilting down. You might have the head supported onto the top of the bolster you've created, right? Work with whatever you have. Let's try not to fidget too much, right? So you're going to sit again at the edge of your bolster lengthwise. Hands to either side and start to recline onto that. So depending on the length of your structure, your head might tilt back like me. So now I'm adding a cervical back bend as well. If the length of your blanket is really long, your head might be elevated, and you're much more flat and you're only taking the lumbar back bend. So play with whatever. And if you really want to add on the neck as well, maybe you can shorten the length of your blanket, right? So all of those are good options. Either way, shoulders are dropped to either side of your bolster. So let the chest broaden, let the pectorals, your clavicles broaden, let the shoulders sink downwards. Now rather than the arms going out too wide, at this time I want you to take the arms alongside the hips. That will soften your elbows and get your arms even heavier so that you can really broaden the chest. And then just releasing here. Nice, gentle.
Alright, so wherever you are, keep your arms alongside the hips. Turn the toes back up, bend the knees, and step the feet to the floor. Then walk your feet wide about max width, and gently draw the knees over to the right side, taking a very gentle rotation to your lower back. You might feel also the outer left hip is getting a little bit more stretch and openness. Take the knees back up, and then drop the knees over toward the left side. Take it back up again. Walk your feet in together, knees apart, and then open up the knees, coming into Baddha Konasana, or your goddess pose here. Now this time, if you want to add on, extend the arms overhead and reach toward the back of the room. You can take the index finger and the thumbs touching down to the floor and reach it back in space. So your pinkies are on the ups, pointing upwards toward the sky, right? On the top side of your hands now, palms facing each other. And reach. All right, release your arms to either side again. Take the knees back together. Reach, travel the legs back out. Now with your hands to the back of the head, lift the weight of the head, and again, look forward. Hands to either side, ground the palms, press into your hands, and lift up. For those of you, again, who have a weak lower back, bend your knees, roll over to one side, and then use your arms to help you come up. Okay? So, let's remove the blanket, and then draw your left heel in. Swing the right leg back, coming into a pigeon, and then folding forward this time. Take it back up, switch sides, draw the right heel in, left leg back, set up your pose and make your way forward. I just remember one thing that I forgot to do, that I really wanted to do when I first thought of the backbending at the beginning of class. After the pigeon, we'll do it. Alright, make your way back up, take the seat down, swing the left leg forward. Alright, so we're going to go back to that blanket. I like a little bit more thickness here, so go as thick as you can and take the bolster back. This time we're going to lay sideways. We're going to take the mid ribs, extend the arm, let the side of the head release. You're going to take the left foot forward, right foot back. So your legs will now, in this scissor position, will give you a lot more balance. Alright, so start with your right hand supporting, extend the left arm out, and completely release your torso in a curved position. And then reach your right arm overhead and extend through the right fingertips. Reach. Get very lengthy through that right side. feel like you need more extension and the head supported by your left arm is not enough, you can move the left arm out of the way and let the head release and extend. So this should feel a little bit more intense, and you're adding the shoulder opener on the left side too. And then you're going to grip the right fingertips to the floor and reach. 2 more breaths. Alright, walk your right hand back in. Take the legs back toward each other. Press into your right hand, lift up, and slide the left hand in. Lift all the way up. Roll over to the other side. Alright, so right arm out, right foot forward, left foot back, reach out. So first, head to the side of the right arm. So you're nice and supported here. Then left arm overhead, either dangling in space and just reaching back, getting that lengthy left side. Then start to reach toward the floor and traction your left fingertips to the floor. Keep the legs active so that they are nice and supportive for you. Keep reaching through your left fingertips. Alright, so for those of you where this is not intense enough and you want a little more intensity, slide the right arm slightly behind you, let the head come all the way down to the floor, and that should already feel a lot more intense. Also, it's a nice shoulder stretch for your right arm, and keep traction in your left fingertips forward. Alright, let's break. Walk your left hand in, take the legs back together, and then press into your left hand to lift up, slide the right hand in, lift all the way up. And then extending the legs forward, hands to either side, slide back onto the floor. Left knee comes in, and twist to the right. Take it back to center, switch legs, switch arms, twist to left. Back to center again, extend both legs out, arms alongside, body, palms face up, eyes are closed, and let everything go. Shavasana, final relaxation. Beginning to draw your breath back in. And start to move the fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. Rolling over to the right side, come up to a comfortable cross-leg position.
Reconnecting to your seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. Inhale, come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Please visit my website at simhayoga.com, and my Venmo information is on there. Simha Yoga Lab is the preferred way of payment, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096. If you're prompted for it, classes are $10. And if you're having a difficult time, it is $5. We'll definitely work with that, do the best you can. And thank you again, everyone, for your time. Have a great day. Stay safe.